How's everybody doing? Right now, it's time to talk health and fitness with Coach Floyd. Hopefully, we get a few people in today, and hey, that's what we do. Okay, I'm just waiting on Ms. Hawkins. She's coming in. It says waiting to tune in. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Had a great holiday, Memorial Day holiday. Wow, it was awesome. It was awesome. Quarantine at home. Quarantine at home. Hey, how's it? Hi. Hey. Yes, you did.
So funny. I finally got in.
Girl, I know. It's okay. I mean, we watch Babyface and Ted Raleigh is like, hey, I'll be right back. You know, but it's okay.
So funny.
I know, a lot of stuff happening. It's crazy. How have you been? You doing okay?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
That's wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad you were here. Glad you can join us today.
Yeah.
We're doing Let's Talk Fitness with Coach Floyd. Fitness and health. Ms. Juanita Hawkins. Why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So, hi everybody. As Coach mentioned, my name is Juanita Hawkins. I am a certified health coach. I'm a certified diabetes educator. I'm also certified in worksite wellness. That's my passion, helping employees get healthy. And I am 1 year removed from my master's program in health education.
Wow. You got a lot going on, girl.
A lot going on. It's all good.
You're like Caribbean, man. You like fifth job. I got 10 jobs. I do a lot of things. That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Got a lot going on. Awesome. Okay, great. So, you're doing a health and fitness and wellness thing, and that's like your job. Also, you said it's like your passion.
Yeah.
So you've been doing it for a while now.
I've been doing health and wellness for about 8 years now. About 6 to 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it really started with my own personal journey.
Okay.
So after I had children, I was about 30 to 35 pounds overweight. And I thought, I don't want to get stuck in the same cycle of just not taking care of myself, because self-care is so important, especially for women. And I just decided that I didn't want to go down the path of a lot of my family members. They have chronic conditions such as diabetes and high blood pressure, and I just didn't want to go down that path. And so I just started walking. I started exercising. I started eating better, and I thought, I can do this, right? And there weren't a lot of worksite wellness programs available at that time, so I didn't have a lot of support with my at my job site. But my husband was very supportive. I did a lot of research on my own, and I kind of designed my own programs to help me lose the weight.
Wow. And that's kind of like how you kind of like found your passion for it?
Yeah, absolutely, because it was like, if I can do it, I can help other people to do it as well.
Before you did the fitness and wellness, were you doing were you passionate about anything else? Can you remember? Or you just like, hey, I'm married, I'm living life, I'm just living?
Yeah, I think it was more about just seeing family members being diagnosed with different conditions, and seeing a couple of family members with limited mobility and just not enjoying their life. And I just knew that that's not what I wanted to do.
Wow. Because that's what I found. I found a lot of people where they will just go through life and just and before you know it, it's like, it's like a lightning bolt strike you. Like, hey, I need to get myself right. And that's why I tell a lot of my clients, like, you could push people all day long to do something, and you keep telling them, but they're gonna have to make up their own minds to get it done.
Absolutely. You have to find your why. That's what I tell people when I coach them. Mm-hmm. You have to find out why this is important to you. So for me, it was my family. I had 2 small kids. I had my husband, and I wanted to be healthy for them.
Got it. So you found your why.
Yes.
Okay, great. So right now, what's going on in the world, it's a lot going, it's crazy. But at the same time, it comes back to health and fitness, because, with COVID-19, it's like, if you're not that healthy,
mm-hmm.
And if you get sick, that can be it.
Yeah.
So right now it's like, my whole thing is pushing health and fitness to everyone as far as please do something, get healthy, get fit, get your billion immune systems, and how's that affecting you with you talking to people and preaching to them and trying to help them to understand about fitness?
Yeah, so for my worksite wellness program, we serve about 8,000 members.
Wow.
And so we're trying to keep them healthy during this time. As you know, it's a very challenging time for everybody, right? Everybody's dealing with it differently.
That's right.
Yes. So it's bus operators, train operators, mechanics, station managers. Those are the people that we're trying to keep healthy, and they're on the front lines. So this is a really challenging time for them because they're trying to stay healthy themselves, but they're also trying to serve the public.
Correct.
And so we're just trying to give them some programs and activities that they can do to keep themselves healthy during this time. So we're offering a lot of virtual programs, which have been great. We've been able to offer webinars and on diabetes and mindfulness and eating healthy, just trying to keep them encouraged during this time.
That is awesome. So, okay, great. So right now, let's say we're not doing it with them. Let's do it with us, with just regular people. What are some things, say if you were to coach some regular people, just people out there in the world.
Yeah.
Coach us on, give us one of your seminars, which you would do at your job. Give it to us right now. Yeah.
So one particular topic that we've been talking about with our members is sort of what are you hungry for?
Okay.
Because during COVID-19, everybody is stressed. So I'm finding that a lot of people are stress eating. They're just eating and eating and eating and eating, and they're not really thinking about what they're eating or taking the time to create awareness around what they're eating. So it's, I'm at home, I'm sitting in front of the TV, I have a bag of chips. Let's demolish the bag of chips while I'm watching a movie. Or I'm walking through the kitchen, and I'm walking through the kitchen several times, and I just keep grabbing the M&Ms because they're all.
You have a camera in my house? What are you doing? You have a camera spying on me? Oh my God.
Or it's, I'm working from home, I'm sitting at my laptop or my computer, I have this sandwich in front of me, but I need to check Instagram, and I need to check my emails, and I have all of these different things going on. So you're just really inhaling the food, you're not really enjoying it, and then you're wondering why you're hungry an hour later. Right? And so I've talked to a lot of people, and they've said, well, I'm really stressed during this time, and I don't know what to do. And I say to them, okay, get up and exercise. How about think about if you're really hungry by checking in with yourself? And people are like, well, what does that mean? That means checking in with your stomach. Just put your hand over your stomach and say, am I really hungry right now, or am I just bored? Right. And sometimes you're dehydrated, right? You haven't been drinking enough water, or sometimes you just need a hug. Maybe it's that social connection that you're missing right now, and instead of getting that hug from your spouse or your significant other, you're using food, right? And so sometimes you have to have these hard conversations with yourself and say, you know what? When I sit down to eat, I'm not just eating, I'm multitasking, and you tend to overeat, right, when you're multitasking, because you're not really thinking about the amount of food you're taking in. You're not appreciating your food, right? And you're using it to fill a void, and you're allowing your emotions to take over. So I tell people and I know that people can't do this 3 times a day, but what works for me is that I try to eat one meal mindfully. And so maybe it's lunch or breakfast. So I get up, I prepare my breakfast, and I'm not looking at a screen, right? I don't have my phone in front of me. I'm not looking at emails. I'm just sitting there eating and enjoying my food. And you can do that to help you to understand those cues, those hunger cues, as to if you're really hungry or not, and then when to stop eating. Because we get full, but we just keep eating and eating because it's on our plate.
Wow, that's awesome. You know what? It makes so much sense. I see I have a few people, Mika. Hey, Mika, what's up? We'll be with you in about 20 minutes. Don't go nowhere. But she's a fitness trainer. She's going hard. She's on it. But you know what you just said makes a lot of sense, because, right now is a time where people are like binge watching. Oh, my God. binge watching on Netflix. You're like a zombie. You like eating and just binge watching. You know, even at times I can find myself maybe getting in a binge watching. I'm like, wait a minute, I have a gym tomorrow. I have to work out. I gotta push it away, you know?
Right.
Right. So as far as what you're saying is, a lot of times if you're watching a movie, try to be conscious of what you're putting in your mouth.
Yes, absolutely. And I tell people, make some swaps, right? So if you tend to eat chips, you know, while you're watching a movie, maybe swap out the chips for hummus and carrots and celery. I know that's not as sexy and as cute as, you know, as potato chips, but it's a healthy option for you. And maybe you drink, you know, a 24-ounce, you know, glass of soda. Well, how about drink unsweetened tea? Like, make some small changes.
Right.
That can lead to some behavior changes on long term for you. It's about something that you can do that's sustainable, because everybody is different. What works for me may not work for everybody else. But if you make those small changes and you just keep at it, keep doing it, then you know, within 30 days you're like, oh, I haven't had 5 sodas in a day in 30 days. I've been drinking 1 soda. Right? Then you're going to notice a difference in your weight. So the weight just starts to come off. I don't endorse any diet per se. Like I tend to follow a Mediterranean diet, but I really do eat mindfully, and that has helped me to keep the weight off. I've been able to keep it off for about 17 years because of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about workout regimens? Hey, what's up, guys? What about workout regimens? I mean, any type of, like, do you walk? I mean, do you...
Yeah. So I do a number of things. I love to walk. That's sort of my main thing. And when I say I love to walk, it's not just walking 2 miles. I may walk 7 or 8 miles. It just depends on what I'm doing. Or more. I also strength train. I also love to jump rope. It's just about finding what works for you. I just try to mix it up because, as you know, the body gets used to the routine.
Yeah.
Get stagnant, right? So you have to really mix it up.
That's awesome. Okay, so right now, as far as nutrition wise, be conscious of what you're saying. Is be conscious of what you eat.
Yes.
Not only that, as when you get in the mindset of sitting down on a laptop or computer, try to be conscious of what you're putting in front of you.
Yes.
In other words.
Yes.
And as far as working out 2-3 days a week, 2-3 times a week, 4 times, trying to do something?
Yeah, I would say, well, for myself, again, everybody's different. I try to do something every day, you know, and that may mean stretching. That may, you know, spending some time on stretching, or I may walk, or I may strength train. I just try to do something every day. I just like to move my body every day. But that works for me. Okay,
so let me ask you a question. Do you have like any, so people want to reach you to find them more, because really you're on the nutrition part, because you talk to them about eating and the food and try to stress eating. Do you have any way of people to reach you? Like, yeah. I can give you my email address. It's jh52163@yahoo. I'm happy to talk to people anytime. Okay, awesome. And the people that you talk to, the 8,000 people that you deal with on a daily basis, you basically letting them know about the eating part, eat better, how to eat nutrition-wise. No, it's more comprehensive, but mindful eating is something that I tend to focus on. Like, that's my passion area. That's my area that I really focus on, because I think that it's a game changer. You know, people are like, oh, you know, mindful eating, but there's a lot of ways that you can use mindful eating. You can use it with your family. You know, it doesn't have to be just eating alone. When you're sitting with your family, if you're sitting across from your spouse, the two of you can eat mindfully together, right? It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a loner in this, right? You can use that as your support system and eat your meal mindfully. And so I think you have to use what works for you, but we don't just talk to them about nutrition. We talk to them about overall comprehensive wellness. Got it. So, you know what I find right now, like how a lot of the stores are closed and restaurants are closed. Mm-hmm. It's like you're cooking at home. You're basically at home. So when you go to the store, let me ask you a question. So if you go to the store, grocery store shopping, right? First aisle you're going through is what? the vegetable aisle, or you go to the bread aisle?
It depends on the day. It depends on the day. I have my, my days when I just want to eat my junk food and all of that. And I try to do like an 80-20. I eat healthy 80% of the time, and that allows me that 20% where I can eat, I have a little bit of a sweet tooth, but I try to balance it all out. And so I would try to say, try to find meals that work for you, quick meals, quick and dirty meals that work for you. And so, for example, I can give you an example. Something that I love to do is just cut up a bunch of vegetables and roast them in the oven, and then serve them over brown rice or mix them in with salad greens. And that's a really quick meal. I mean, if you use a large tray, you can make enough vegetables for 2 to 3 days, or you can have that as a meal. So that's something that's quick and easy that you can do.
That's cool. Cut a bunch of vegetables and roast them.
Yeah, you just sprinkle your spices on there: garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, olive oil, and just pop them in the oven for 30 minutes and roast them on 425, and they caramelize. So you can do, like onions and sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts, any vegetable that you like, and just, serve it over brown rice.
Wow, that is awesome. Okay, one more time. How can we reach you? Somebody want to reach you? One more time. Email.
Yeah, jh52163@yahoo.com.
Okay. And your position, one more time, what do you do?
I am a worksite wellness program manager from 65.
In other words, you're 5-10 jobs, wellness coach. That's your 10 job. Listen, awesome. It's been a pleasure talking to you, for real. I mean, tell the families say hi. Definitely every Tuesday, Let's Talk Fitness with Coach Floyd. Honestly, your advice and what you just said hopefully should help a lot of people out there as far as eating. And you know what? One of the main parts that you touched on was sitting and being so relaxed and forgetting and just nibbling.
Yes.
And forget what you put in your mouth because you're on a computer watching a movie.
Yes.
And instead of being smart by putting something healthy there, and then you can nibble.
Right.
I like that. That's smart. I like that. That's
right. Or it's even as you're eating a meal, just put your fork down in between bites. Do you realize how many times you just keep going and going and going and stuffing your mouth? And then you're at the end of the meal and you're like, okay, did I really eat anything here?
Hey, I never thought of that. Put a fork down and just look at it.
There's a lot of different ways to be mindful. Yeah.
Woo!
How about if you're sitting with your spouse or your significant other, having some good conversation with them in between, right? There's just a lot of ways to do it.
If you're sitting down and you look around and the hubby and the kids, you're like, hey, everybody put your fork down for a second. No, Mom, no. I hate this morning today.
You know what? It can be a new, when it's sort of brand new, people are like, oh, what is this? This is kind of crazy, right? But once you start doing it and making it a habit, and again, maybe it's not 3 meals a day, maybe it's that one meal that you focus on and you just be mindful. Just try it. Just try it for a couple of weeks and see how you feel.
Awesome. Well, listen, I appreciate it. Okay, take care, Juanita Hawkins.
Thank you.
Pleasure talking to you. Okay,
Thank you.
Hopefully next time we can get you on the show again and we can do this all over again.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much, Coach Floyd.
Take care of yourself.
Take care. Okay.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Okay. See ya. It's Coach Floyd right here. Rapping with Miss Juanita Hawkins. Oh man, she's awesome. Okay, let me see if I got somebody else real quick before